So what I didn't realize I was doing was we were developing the principles of community building, online niche community building, and that did not exist. And it's very easy. I mean, I'm not trying to take credit, but I also don't think we'll ever get proper credit, because we developed a lot of the principles that are now just commonplace, right? In terms of interactivity, in terms of aggregating content, in terms of curating the best content and elevating it, letting your audience have the microphone. So a lot of these things that we now assume, just it's kind of common sense, we were building those blocks and showing other companies how to do it. We were being emulated and copied, in a positive way by people right and left. So we ended up, Sean and Scott and I, my partners and friends, developed the principles that, we still use and see today. I mean, now it would have inevitably happened, right? We weren't, the only guys who could have come up with it, but it's kind of like Milton Berle wearing a dress on TV. Somebody was going to wear a dress, but it took Milton Berle to go, oh, people in the Midwest can see me now, not just hear me on radio. Mm-hmm. So if I put a dress on, that's funny because they've never seen that before, right? Mm-hmm. So in our case, we were developing the foundation that now everybody uses. It was inevitable that those foundations were going to be built, but we just happened to be the guys who did it. Mm-hmm. So we sold the company in a majority interest in December of 1999, about 4 months before what later became known as the dot-com crash. We were not one of these companies that we had no debt. We didn't have a burn rate that exceeded our means, and out of ignorance. I mean, if we didn't have money for a computer, we didn't buy a computer. It was just what was in the checkbook. While other companies were out there raising tens of millions of dollars, burning through it, and the idea that they would go IPO and they would go supernova, and everybody would make their money. Well, when the music stopped in April of 2000, all of those funds dried up. Nobody was putting money into those companies anymore. And so in our case, we were advertising supported in an era when nobody was advertising supported, right? I mean, people didn't advertise online except .com companies who had all this money, because nobody understood what online advertising was or whether it should even be allowed. And what happened with us is that over time, as those .com companies died, they stopped advertising. So our model eventually got hit because we were advertising supported. And as the advertisers died, that drove CPM rates through the floor. So, 1 year we're making $60 CPM on ads. Next year we were lucky to get $2.